Hey guys, so I want to talk to you today on part 2 of my How To Holiday series about navigating the big dinner. So whether this is Thanksgiving dinner for you or Christmas Eve dinner, maybe Christmas Day dinner, we've got some decisions to make about what's going to happen at this dinner. And whatever decision you decide, it's up to you according to your goals, how you're feeling, and what causes the least anxiety for you. So what is best for you mentally. So you can either track your food or maybe do some type of portion control, or you cannot. You can choose to sort of go all in. And with either case, again, it's not right or wrong, but I want you to own the decision that you make and stick to it. I don't want you to feel guilty for it later or feel like, if you do decide to track your food and portion control, maybe try to stay away from the cornbread, restrict some of the choices that you're making and what you're eating. I don't want you to later on feel like you're missing out, because then, we all get a little bit of FOMO sometimes, because then later on that can cause, a binge when you come back home later and nobody is watching and you just dive right into the pecan pie and, boom, now you're on the other end. Now you're feeling guilty because you had this little binge. So whatever choice you decide, whether it's to track and stay in control of the quantity of calories that you're eating, or whether you just decide to not do anything and just go all in, I want you to really own it. And for those of you who do decide to track, some people are going to be telling you, relax, it's just one meal. But for those who have this all or nothing mindset, no one in the history of being told to relax has ever been able to relax. So that's just not going to happen. So if you struggle with the all or nothing mindset and going without some awareness of what you are eating and putting into your body could, make you go a little bit crazy. I know this is for me. I just like to have a guesstimate of what I am in putting in my body, what I'm eating, so that I can stay on track with my goals. Otherwise, I worry about it and I don't want to be distracted. So it actually helps me be more present when I do track, even if it's not perfectly tracked. It helps me be more present because I'm not worried about, did I eat too many carbs? Did I not? But I have these big bodybuilding goals, so that is a thing for me, and tracking helps me relax. So if you are someone who wants to track, that's perfectly fine. Some things that you can do to make sure that you are going to hit your numbers and not go over for the day is to research common foods. Look up how many calories and macros, the protein, carbs, fat are in, 4 ounces of turkey, the white meat, and 4 ounces of the dark meat. Maybe look up things that you like to eat, like the cranberry sauce. Maybe you like to eat cornbread. Factor that in. I tell my clients to pre-log things that they know they are going to eat. So if I know I'm going to have a glass of wine with dinner, say I'm on a date night with my husband, I pre-log what I think I'm going to eat at this restaurant, and then it helps me fit the rest of my day toward that meal. So if I know I'm going to have a lot of carbs, I know I'm going to have a lot of fats at a certain meal, I try to earlier in the day really stock up on protein and stock up on vegetables, clean vegetables, steamed vegetables without any fats added, so that I know by the end of the day I'm hitting my numbers. So I really encourage you to look things up, pre-log, pre-track what you think you might be eating, and then try to stick to that as close as possible. Again, this is a holiday. You're supposed to enjoy yourself. If things are a little bit off, again, it's one meal, and studies actually show, let me make sure I'm getting this stat right here, that for every 1,000 calories you consume above your daily calorie burn, your total daily energy expenditure, not your exercise expenditure, your total daily energy expenditure, that you gain 1/5 of a pound. 1/5, that is 2. So most of the weight that we see after a big holiday dinner is actually water weight from having more salt and more carbs than normal. And if we just give it a few days, go back to normal, maybe do a lower carb day or two afterwards to help balance out, that your weight will go back to normal as well. So, remember that one meal won't wreck you physically, just like one healthy meal doesn't, all of a sudden give you a six-pack. So let's talk about the case for now, not tracking, not portion controlling, just going all in. Okay. The thing with this is that you don't want to let it turn into one untracked meal turn into a whole untracked day and then into a whole untracked weekend. That's what tends to happen. Say, oh, you know what? I was already off. I'll just start over on Monday. I'll take this weekend to really get it out of my system. I'll eat all the cookies, and then after Monday, I'm never going to have another cookie again. That's just not realistic. We're playing the long game here. So what you're going to indulge in that one meal. We're not going to feel guilty. We're going to own that indulgence. Okay? I want you to really enjoy every bite. If pumpkin pie is your thing with ice cream and whipped topping, I want you to enjoy every single bite and, eat until you're full. It's not like you have to eat the whole pie tomorrow or on Thanksgiving Day, because there's more chances to have pumpkin pie. The truth is, you can buy pumpkin pie at the store or make it yourself anytime. 365 days out of the year, pumpkin pie is available. We live in a very blessed country where we can go to the store and we can find all of these things we want pretty much the whole year. And kind of like I mentioned with the people who do want to track and do want to portion control on that big holiday meal day, if you are not going to, I don't want you to go into that big meal super hungry. I want you to stock up on lots of protein earlier in the day, because we know that these holiday meals tend to be heavier in carbs and fats. So you're going to stock up on protein earlier in the day and some just really clean vegetables. So steamed vegetables, you could do a nice salad with a low-fat dressing, something like that, to help you balance off that heavier meal later on. So really the most important thing here with these holidays, with Thanksgiving and Christmas, is to enjoy yourself. It's a time to be thankful and to count our blessings and be present with those around us. We don't want to have, lingering in the back of our head, oh, I ate too much, or, I really wish that I would have eaten that. We don't want those things to be lingering. So make your decision, be deliberate with your choices, and then trust yourself. Trust that if you want to track, you can hit your numbers. Trust that if you don't want to track, if you go all in, that you can get back to normal the next day. So trust yourself. That's the main thing. So I hope you have an excellent Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow, and I will be back with more how to holiday and specifically setting up a calorie cycle so that you have room to indulge for your holiday parties.